Yale report alleges systematic deportation of Ukrainian children by Russia using presidential aircraft. According to a detailed study conducted by the School of Public Health at Yale University, which was supported by the U.S. State Department, there has been a systematic program funded by the Kremlin that utilized presidential aircraft to deport Ukrainian children from occupied territories. The operation aimed to strip them of their Ukrainian identity and integrate them into Russian families, the report alleges. Released on Tuesday, the research outlines how 314 Ukrainian children were taken to Russia in the initial months following the Ukrainian invasion. This act has been classed as an effort to Russify these children by placing them into Russian familial and societal settings. The International Criminal Court, ICC, as of March 2023, has issued arrest warrants for Russian President Vladimir Putin and his Child Rights Commissioner, Maria Lvova-Belova, for the alleged war crimes of deportation and transfer operations concerning Ukrainian children. Nathaniel Raymond, the executive director of Yale's Humanitarian Research Lab, highlighted that this deportation forms a portion of a Kremlin-led systematic endeavor to convert these children into Russian nationals. The ICC has categorized the actions as forcible transfer, a crime against humanity that requires the acts to be both widespread and systematic, viewing them as more severe than war crimes. Furthermore, Russian military aircraft were implicated in the transport of these children. Specific flights carried groups of children on aircraft directly managed by the presidential administration's Property Management Department. The children were reportedly moved from the Donetsk and Luhansk regions to the Russian city of Rostov before being flown to Chkalovsky Military Airfield near Moscow. The report detailed the logistics of these operations, including funding mechanisms and the role of different Russian governmental entities. Researchers were able to confirm the identities of all 314 children, tracing some who have been placed directly with Russian families, while others remain in Russian state institutions. In addition to the personal implications for those involved, international implications are significant, as non-recognition of the ICC and its warrants by Russia does not invalidate the ICC's charges. These charges could limit international travel for the individuals concerned, provided other ICC member states enforce the warrants. Responses from Russian officials have been to deny the forceful nature of these transfers, suggesting all movements were conducted with the consent of guardians and none of the children had been formally adopted. Despite this, the evidence presented in the Yale report has been supported by additional documentation, including flight tracking data and records from Russian governmental databases. This report is part of a broader initiative under President Joe Biden to document potential violations of international law and crimes against humanity in Ukraine. With the presentation of these findings to the UN Security Council by Raymond, international pressure on Russia may continue to mount as the global community responds to the alleged human rights violations. Thank you for choosing Satori News.